everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, I'll be taking my Ford F-150 Raptor through my off-roading course. I've actually never taken one of my personal vehicles through the off-road course, and so I'm excited to see how the Raptor handles with the course since it kind of favors smaller vehicles. Before getting the video though, as always, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get right into it. So we are in Baja mode, traction control all the way off. Let's quickly talk about some specs here with the F-150 Raptor. So first off, with the 37 performance package, we have 13.1 inches of ground clearance, 37-inch tall tires, hence the 37 performance package name, 450 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque, a 4.10 axle ratio. With the 37s, you have 13 inches of travel in the front and then 14 in the rear. If you opt for the 35 package, then you have 14 in the front and then 15 in the rear, so you get a little bit more travel if you go for the standard 35s. Now over this high-speed section, which is the quickest section in the review, the Raptor performs flawlessly. I haven't even aired down the tires, and you guys see how fast I can go. You can just absolutely haul down trails in the Raptor. It can handle it amazingly well, and guess what? Look, I'm talking with my hands, which obviously I shouldn't be doing. Safety first, don't do that, but this just shows you how solid the Raptor is at high speeds. And this is one of the benefits of the F-150 over the new Bronco Raptor. Since this has a longer wheelbase, it's going to feel more stable at high speeds, and it's going to feel a lot more comfortable and a lot smoother as well. And there you go. So this is our articulation section here, and it's always unnerving going through this. Doesn't matter how capable the vehicle is, because I end up going on three wheels, as you guys can probably see in the exterior view. Get a little bit tippy, and then connect with the ground. The Raptor though has really solid articulation, as you guys can see. Now this next section is an extremely steep hill, and it kind of tests approach and a little bit with departure, as you guys can see. And then coming up here, it tests traction a little bit with the vehicles. Raptor doesn't even have to try. Now I actually put the truck in two-wheel drive because I made it through this in the 4Runner TRD Pro in two-wheel drive, and so I want to see if we can make it through this in two-wheel drive in the Raptor with the Torsen front differential in 37s. And that shows you why 37s are the coolest. Now we're still in two-wheel drive here. If I start slipping, I will pop it into four-wheel drive because I don't want to dig myself into a hole because it's very sandy here. But again, this just shows you 37s. Any other vehicle I have to be in like four-wheel drive to go through this stuff, and I still slip, and this in two-wheel drive doesn't. So we're gonna try to make it up the super steep sandy hill in two-wheel drive. I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna pop it into four-wheel high. Come on, Raptor. Now this is one thing about the Raptor, because it is turbocharged, definitely have a little bit of lag sometimes, but it's not as bad as some other turbocharged vehicles that I've taken off-road. But this is really pushing the Torsen front differential. Yeah, once we go in four-wheel drive, easy work. So going down a hill like this, what I would recommend, especially if it's a hill that you're unfamiliar with, low range, and you know, don't feel bad about using hill descent control. Now I'm just going to be in first gear going down this. I've got the Raptor set in manual mode because these 37s give me so much grip that I'll be fine. I will get a little bit of slipping, but yeah, again, don't feel bad about using some of the computers because you'd rather be safe than sorry, right? And there's my backpack falling down. To where, you know, your vehicle makes it back in one piece and where you make it back in one piece. But yeah, that Jeep Grand Cherokee with its super advanced four-wheel drive system couldn't make it up and down that hill. But the Raptor with 37s, of course it can. So we're just gonna tackle this one in four-wheel high. Oh, and it looks like someone put the big rock there on the obstacle. So I just gotta make sure I don't hit that. Okay, we're gonna take this as aggressively as I can manage. Come on, Raptor. Figuring it out. Look at that though. Not a problem. whatsoever. In this type of situation, a spotter is preferred, but obviously I don't have one. I'm just gonna take it real slow. Now the Raptor is a long truck, and so the biggest issue with this is not the ground clearance, it's more of the breakover angle. Okay, so we're gonna stop right there. Should be fine. Let me double check. Yep, looks like I'm fine. So obviously I recommend doing a spotter, but if you don't have a spotter, you can just do that yourself. And you guys can see Raptor made it up. Let me know if you guys like where I have the camera set up for this, for future off-road reviews, to see me actually coming down into the obstacle, because I've talked about coming down to the obstacle with other vehicles and kind of how it's slightly difficult, but I obviously don't film it, and so from this angle you guys can see I'm so afraid of hitting my butt. What does TFL call it? The ass scratcher, whenever they end up scrape bottoming, or yeah, hitting the back end of something because of departure. Okay, so I am in rock crawl mode. The Raptor is making this feel pretty easy though, so far. Low range. Come on. See, this is the one thing about turbocharged engines that I don't like off-road, is you can't always be smooth. Sorry, I'm looking. Okay, just want to make sure that I am not hitting the side of my truck. Because, you know, despite the fact this is a YouTube test vehicle, it's still an $82,000 truck. Well, actually, market value on these is higher, but we did it. Okay, so this is not supposed to be a super difficult rock obstacle for the Raptor, but it should get it pretty articulated. Don't know if it'll show through on camera though. All I see is sky and my microphone down the camera. Like I said, if the Raptor fits, it will crawl. So I have never done this obstacle before in any vehicle. Parking sensor's already freaking out. And we're just gonna take it real slow. I don't know if I'll ever do this again after doing this with the Raptor, frankly. 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm counting that, I'm giving you guys the degrees. 20 degrees. It's not too crazy, but it's slick rock. That's the thing. And again, I understand that the Raptor with the 37s and everything is making this look like a piece of cake. But if you think of like any other vehicle on the planet, except for like a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon or something like that, would just struggle. So I suppose we will go down and I will sum things up for this video. There's not gonna be any exterior shots here because this is just me summing things up. And you know what, frankly, sometimes it's scarier to go down than it is to go up an obstacle. Ha! Yeah, especially something like this. Okay. Do not want to hit. Oh boy, I think I got myself into a little bit of trouble here. We're making it over. There's just a rock right there, and so if I tilt too far to the driver's side, then, well, I can say goodbye. Oh my gosh, I'm fully, oh man, that would have been cool to get on camera. I am like articulated as it gets. But anyways, and also there's a tree, man. So going down is actually way harder than going up with that particular obstacle, just because of all the stuff that is lying around. With the Raptor and with my off-road course, you know, I know that I made this off-road course look probably really easy because the Raptor is so capable. But that's the thing you guys need to understand. And there's a bug in here. Get out, bug. That's the thing you guys need to understand is the Raptor is extremely capable. Like, this truck is as capable as it gets. That would be an interesting section to do with the vehicle, because it's not as steep, it looks like, but it looks like you'd have to articulate a lot more. And so it'd be interesting with like a unibody vehicle with independent suspension, trying to manage through that. That'd be very interesting. But yeah, anyways, the Raptor is extremely capable. So yes, it makes this stuff look like child's play, I guess is what people might call it. How is this only 14, 15 degrees? Oh, my tires are rubbing against the rock. I'm like, what is that? Oh, 17 degrees? That's so crazy, because I've been up hills that are like 30 degrees, and that feels just as steep as those. So it's kind of interesting. But yeah, this off-road course is great for like 99% of off-roaders, but stuff like, you know, Jeep Wrangler, Rubicon, Extreme Recon, you know, Ford Raptor, Ford Bronco, Sasquatch, Ford Bronco Raptor, you know, the top of the line, the, what do they call it? The creme de la creme, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, this stuff is not going to struggle on this, but for vehicles with, you know, smaller than 35-inch tall tires and, you know, with stock suspension systems and everything, this is a really solid course. And you know, you need, like, this has 37s, and that makes the course look easy. I'll be back, I'm not sure what week, but I'll be back with the TRX to tackle the course and see how the TRX actually performs through the course. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. And obviously I'll probably have to find, well, I actually know a more difficult obstacle for vehicles of this caliber, but definitely need a spotter for that stuff, because basically if I go up to the top of that mountain up there, there is some terrain that is just, yeah, without, I've done it with the Raptor, and without a spotter you can't do it. And it is not only difficult from a technical standpoint, but it's scary because you're at the top of the mountain, and if you roll over, it's like sayonara. But anyways, that'll sum things up. Let me know what you guys thought.